Welcome to Forensic Friday.
Where we examine the intersection of true crime, psychology, and the heart of being human in the middle of it all.
So we were just cracking up, coming up
I
with
know,
this.
I'm already laughing. So we've been working on a topic that's very funny. It's serious and important, but also pretty funny. And Natalie is red and crying because we've been coming up with some of these, and then some of them I'm sure we're just going to shoot from the hip, right, Nat?
Don't know why this is so funny.
Because it is so funny and because we hear about it all the time.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Nat,
so
tell the
what,
people what we're doing.
what we're doing is we are going over sneaky relationship
I can't even say the title, you guys. Sneak relationship
relationship
flag.
red flags. Sneaky relationship red flags. Y'all, Janine and I are just losing it over here. I am losing it.
Well, because it's really funny.
It's super funny. It also reminds me of that meme. Now I'm all stuffy.
Oh
Um,
God,
it reminds me of that meme when it's like you can't sit next to your coworker because you'll just laugh.
you for sure. We cannot sit by each other in any serious moment. Period.
But this is right now. I can't
No.
stop laughing.
Well, let's just say Nat and I are more
Uh,
specific with each other than we would be in the podcast, but we're alluding to things that we both know about. And so that just is
yes. Yes. Okay. Janine, what is a number one red flag?
dick pic.
That wasn't even the one I was laughing at, but just that's where we're starting.
Dick pic. Tell you what,
Remember that time that I got one forever ago from a client,
I sure do.
and it was
Do.
traumatizing for all of us
It
involved.
was it was traumatizing. It was, and it was allegedly an accident. We all have our
Oh,
opinions.
yeah.
Every man that we consulted uh, about this said that it was 100% on purpose. But that was a bad day. We've gotten some weird stuff, but that was especially weird.
Yes, and I unfortunately did discontinue our work together because I
You
didn't
had
think
to.
we could. Yes, we had to. No, I did not ever. A lot of people ask me if I press charges. No, I did not press charges.
No, but you can't come back from a dick pic. Don't dick pic your therapist, okay?
No, you
It's
can't.
ridiculous. Now,
Don't dick pic anyone, y'all.
I
It's not.
do
It's not
sometimes
good.
fall in love with their therapist. That's a thing, but the therapist is supposed to manage that well and whatever. But this was way beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
This is a
Mm-hmm.
bye, see you never situation.
Yeah, you can't come back from that. But here's the thing, guys, just don't do it.
Just don't
It's
do
not.
it. No one wants to see that. I'm sorry. You can be the most like Samantha chick around. Nobody is collecting dick pics unless it's to laugh with your girlfriends about something.
Mhm.
Okay, but it's not, nobody wants to see that. I'm sorry.
No, no. So don't send those.
That's just not a thing.
Yes. Okay. What's the second one you wrote down?
Uneven communication slash mood. When somebody's super up and down, or it feels kind of gamey, or they're like really nice and funny and charming, and then they're kind of distant and terse or mysterious. We'll get more into mysterious, but that up
Yeah.
and down uneven thing, if they're doing that in the beginning, it's only going to get worse from there.
Yes. Yeah. Good.
What do you got, Nat?
Well, the next one is love bombing, right?
Oh
So,
yeah.
I mean, we could come up with examples of this all day long, but right, like being overly affectionate, someone saying, "Oh my gosh, you are the best woman or best man I've ever met, and I've never met anyone like you," and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, elaborate gifts, trip,
Yeah.
getting
Yes.
swept away. Listen, men are simple. Good men. Good men are simple. That doesn't mean they don't treat you nicely and do nice things for you. But if it's super elaborate, I want you to think to yourself, they are compensating for something, and they probably are.
Yep.
We don't like love bombing.
Nope. Lack of accountability. This one's huge.
Mm.
It goes with another one that I wrote down, which was when they overly explain when they're defensive,
Mm-hmm.
these kind of go together because it's like if you're having to over if you're with someone and they're over explaining why they did something and it's out of a place of defensiveness, they're not taking accountability for the thing that they did, even if it's little.
Absolutely. If they're making excuses, they're going to continue to do that.
Yep.
Being sarcastic too soon, I am super sarcastic. I love it. It makes me laugh. This is my kind of humor. Here's the thing though. When you're trying to build a relationship with somebody, if they're real sarcastic and kind of edgy from the
Mhm.
beginning, it's not likely to get better when there's conflict. So if somebody's super sarcastic and they can't say something just straight up and down, that's usually a red flag.
Yep.
Oh, when they're overly negative about people and past relationships, or they're real critical. Maybe you're sitting with them at dinner and they're looking over like, oh God, why'd she wear that? Or, oh, look over there, whatever, men or women.
Yeah.
That criticism is inevitably going to fall on you. It's just
Yes.
only a matter of time. It's a way of seeing the world.
Yep. Yep. I don't know why I'm coughing now. I'm dying over here.
Well, because you've been laughing your butt off for half
Oh
an
my
hour.
gosh. We're gonna get to that one. I'm gonna lose it again.
I know it's coming.
Yes, need you to emotionally regulate them. So this one's huge. I this isn't talking about like co-regulation because in like couples who've been together for a while can
Uh-huh.
learn how to co-regulate together, which is a good thing. But if they are losing their mind and you feel like you are the only one or you were put in a position where you have to regulate them, that's not good.
That's right. Yeah, you should not be their coping skill. That does not work. If they can't self-soothe, you're going to have problems.
Correct. Do you have an example of this?
I do. I think that sometimes, and this can be men or women, they kind of do this thing where it becomes a currency for connection. So it's, oh, I had a hard day again, or oh, life is just really hard today. And it's like they're fishing. They're fishing for reassurance, right? In extreme cases, and this is immature too, but a girl will be like, I just look so ugly today. Like they're
Oh
just
yeah.
fishing for reassurance and they want it
Oh,
from you. That's just not a great habit to get into. It's kind of the birthplace of codependency.
yes, yes. Or if they're, if they're really aggressive or getting really angry and you're the one who has to constantly say, it's okay, we're okay, stuff
Yeah,
like
and I
that.
don't know why girls think it's cute to be the one who can calm their man down. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he wants to
Yeah.
beat everybody up in the bar, and you're like, oh, babe, he just needs to talk to me. It's like you are nuts. That fist is coming your way in about 5 seconds. This
Mhm.
is not okay. Like a man needs to handle himself at all times.
Yes.
Welcome to
I
my.
would actually say we didn't write this down, but I would actually say, and we talked about this in our groups,
Mm-hmm.
when men, like if you're out with your person and someone like says some backhanded comment to you or does something that's, you know, whatever, crosses a boundary
Yeah.
and your partner loses it on them.
Yes.
No, like I get the intention is like, well, I want to protect my girlfriend or my person, but in reality, you're not actually protecting them. And it's
No,
showing a side of you that you can't handle yourself
that's exactly right.
and let things go. I mean, here's the thing. If I need someone to step in, I'm going to tell someone to step in.
Absolutely. Also, anybody who knows you knows that's not going to happen right away. So,
Right.
yeah, that's a good point, Nat, because I think that happens a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Drinking or using too much,
Yeah.
honestly, it's just not that cute. Maybe in your 20s, you guys might go out drinking together, but the truth is that if you think, oh, they're going to grow out of it, we'll get married, and by the time we have kids, they'll grow out of it, they're not going to grow out of it.
Nope, they don't grow out of it.
No, especially if it's real intense. So pay
Yeah.
attention to that.
Yep. Financial problems or no access to see the money. They're like overly mysterious about it. So if you are basically if you're with someone and I mean, this can go a few different ways. Like if you're newly in a relationship, I don't think
No, you don't need to know that. But I will say this, if up and they got like a fancy watch and they're driving a nice car and they go to pay for dinner and their cards decline.
Oh yeah, that's a big red
That
flag.
kind of stuff. Like I'd be like, bye.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and it's not because they have nice stuff and then their card that gets declined. It's because they're overly spending in areas to be showy and they're not managing their money well. So it's
Well,
not
and it's
about like,
inconsistency for me though, because I
yeah.
deal with this all the time in couples therapy. I've seen this over and over and over again,
Hmm.
where there's like this mysterious thing, and maybe the man kind of manages the money. That's typically what I see.
Yeah.
And the woman has limited ability to see what's going on. And then the man's juggling whatever he's juggling over here. That is dangerous. And
Yeah.
typically, in my experience, okay, allegedly, whatever you want to call it, it has looked like a pretty flashy lifestyle, but then the nuts and bolts aren't there to support the
Yeah.
lifestyle. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. The inconsistency. That's a good way to put it.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yes. Checking each other's phones. This is not a good sign. Why is this not a good sign, Janine?
Well, first of all, at any stage in a relationship, if you feel like you cannot believe your partner to the degree that you need to see their phone, you have a problem.
Yeah.
And this has been really normalized in our society. And I think it's why our DV cases have skyrocketed and we're having all kinds of issues is we have a really jealous society. We also have shady online business happening all the time. So I think there's
Yeah.
reason for it.
Yeah.
But really, if you get in a habit of that, particularly when you are dating or
Hmm.
engaged, it's only going to get worse when you're married and you go through some real stuff together.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's a red flag for sure, particularly if one person is really overly jealous.
Yes.
Whether it's a man or a woman, that's not likely to get better.
No, correct.
Mm.
This one, sorry, Gary, we're gonna have to cut some of this out. I don't know why I'm like dying now.
Because you laughed, started crying, and you have pregnancy stuffy nose.
I know, I hate that.
I know.
Okay, this next one is making assumptions about what women want without asking, then thinking you know better.
How many of these fights have we had in group, Nat? Because I've lost count.
Oh my gosh, all of them. And the same with my couples.
Mm-hmm.
Happens in my couples all the time. So, for example, when men assume taking control is what women want in within the dynamics. So like financially, intimacy, and then you have a TikTok thing that you want to share. But what I'm saying here is that assumption of when men come into the picture or you start dating and they say, "Well, I thought this is what you liked. You said that you liked when men took control and now all of a sudden you're upset about it." That's not good.
Well, no, and it comes down to a fundamental misunderstanding that men have because it is true. There
Uh-huh.
are a lot of women who like when a man can handle his business and is
Yeah.
confident and independent. Like, those are great things. There's this TikTok thing that's super funny. Some of you may have seen it where they do this challenge and the man turns his hat backwards and like leans up against the door and kisses his girl, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's hot. I'm sorry. That's hot if Gare does it. I would love that. That's all great.
Sure.
He has my undying trust. I trust him with my life every single day.
Hmm.
Is that cute in a club when you're hemmed in and you don't know this person? Probably not as cute. So,
No.
understand that for men it's confusing sometimes, but also like use your damn words. Like sometimes to establish the trust, you have to use the words, get the consent, and then eventually you have more of the understanding and the trust to then make it a little bit different. Because I can understand that women want a man who can handle himself, but like I think men try to rush that dynamic and then it doesn't go well and then they're confused.
Yes. But and I think there's a difference between a man being confident in handling their business
And
and
control.
control. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like some of the examples I've heard are more around like, well, they didn't, you know, kind of like what you were saying earlier about the financial piece, right? Where they're like, well, they didn't care before that I ran it this way, and now all of a sudden they want to know. It's like, well, yeah, maybe something happened or God forbid you die, like they need to know what's going on, you know?
Yes.
So, yeah.
Also, in a
You-
relationship, both people get to have an opinion more than once. like the opinion might change over time. And I think men are more likely, women do this too, but I think men are a little bit more likely to think like, well, we decided this. And
Yep.
maybe it was 15 years ago. It's like,
Yep.
well, that's changed, brother.
Yep. Yep.
You know?
Yep. Exactly. Talks about all the good that they've done to quote unquote show you how much they're invested. So like, I don't know if you've heard this, Janine, but when people are like, look at all the things I've done for you. Look at I did this thing for you, and it just feels like you're ungrateful or you didn't even say thank you.
Oh my God, it makes me want to give it all back. Put
I
it in a
know.
box with a big FU and send you on your way.
I recently did that,
Oh.
not to Preston.
Well, no, I know you didn't do it to Preston. I just saw Preston.
I know.
No, who did you do that with?
You know.
I know. A
Yes.
box of stuff. Oh, I was thinking in a romantic relationship. You are
No.
you are 100% correct. Natalie had a non-intimate relationship thing happen, and she gave the shit back, and I'm real proud of her.
I did. I gave everything back and said, "Do not come at me like that."
Nope, we
Yep.
don't appreciate that.
Mm-mm. Don't tell me all the nice things you've done for me.
If it's a
Mhm.
contractual agreement, it better be on paper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't bring it up later. I don't. Nobody likes that.
No, nope. Don't do
Mm-mm.
it. Do not.
Oh, too showy, too schmoozy, too whatever. Like the
Yes.
hair stands up on the back of my neck.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't like that one bit. That's a big red flag. And it might look good, like literally look good.
Yep.
But really, I mean, if they're trying real hard, there's a reason.
Yep. Um, Generalize. This is like a gender neutral. Jenny and I've been kind of focusing more on dudes because we're women. So of course we're gonna look at,
Yeah.
the red flags and dudes more. We got some women ones coming, don't worry.
Oh, we sure do.
But this one's more gender neutral. But when you generalize the opposite sex, so like, when men are like, oh, well, just all, women are just the fair sex, or when women are like, all men should be assertive and dominant, like just this over generalization of the other gender.
It's so funny when this happens in group because they'll usually say, no offense, ladies. Sometimes they call us girls. That does not go well for them.
Oh, I cannot.
We cannot. We cannot.
No.
But when that happens, I can feel Nat and I both tense up. They'll be like,
Mhm.
no offense, but women are blah blah blah. I'm like, tell me again, man. Tell me again how women are.
Yeah, tell me
I
how
don't
women.
know. Please tell me.
Yep.
No, it just drives me insane. But that goes both ways. Women are the exact same.
Yes. We already kind of talked about this, but like when they can't self-soothe.
Uh-huh.
So when they can't like calm themselves down or be self-aware enough to say, I need to take a minute,
Oh, absolutely.
you know? Um, but when they get like offended when you don't, so one, oh no, never mind. Sorry, that's the next one. So stage 5 clingers. Oh
This
my
is
God.
the one
Yes.
that just has undone Nat and I.
No, it's
I'm
not. This one
laughing.
it's
No, but it's under
later.
this general heading.
Yes.
We started listing stage five clinger behavior. We just
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
absolutely unglued.
I lost it. Okay, this one, y'all, I'm gonna do the best I can here. So, stage 5 clinger, getting offended when you don't respond on their timeline, that's insane.
Yeah, if you feel like you're on somebody else's schedule in terms of when you're supposed to respond by a certain time, always in the morning, always at night, we tuck each other
Yes.
in, like, or oh my God, falling asleep on the phone with each other. Like, I just can't. I can't.
Don't. Oh
I
my God, don't
can't
do
with
that.
any of
That's
it.
so ridiculous.
Right.
I don't have permission to share this full story, and it's not that I don't have permission, I just didn't ask. So I'm gonna share some of it. I'm sure they won't care.
Yeah.
I have a friend who just went through this where they were texting and she basically was like, I can't remember. Well, I do remember the whole thing, but I'm trying to be general. So she like said something like, "Oh, I did this just because he was helping her out with something."
Yeah.
So she's like, "I did this because, he liked that type of thing that she did. She bought him something."
Right.
And so he then texts back and said, "What kind?" And she didn't respond because she was busy.
Right.
And also, who gives a shit what kind of
Right.
whatever it
Nobody
is that she
cares.
bought you?
Yeah.
And so she didn't respond. And then she got back to him about something else. And then he like literally lost it that she didn't respond to this one tiny question
Oh, that's so
on
annoying.
his timeline, but then also just like, you know, I'm like,
Mm.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I don't like that. It's not a good sign. That's in that control
yes.
arena.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned the royal we, so
Oh,
make
this one's my favorite. When you make it a we thing real fast. It's like
yes.
we're free on Saturday and you've been dating for like 2 weeks, you know?
And I think women do this more than men.
Women do this way more than men, although I do think men can get pretty clingy pretty fast. But
Yes.
the we thing is like we this, we that, we don't like this, we like that, making it a we
Yeah.
thing real
Yeah.
fast.
When you interfere with other relationships, so like for example, friendships or like your family relationships,
Uh-huh.
stalking social media, so asking like why certain people follow you or asking why you follow them.
Ooh, and on the most recent season of Love is Blind,
Oh my God.
I know. But this happened. I thought this was so interesting. So this woman and this man get together and they have so much in common. They have so much in common. And it's just like, it seems like everything she says, he's like, oh, me too, and this, and blah, blah, blah. Well, it turns out he had at one point, or at least she remembered that maybe he'd tried to follow her on social media, like before they entered the Love is Blind thing.
Oh no.
Thinking, oh my gosh, every one of our conversations, like, did he know what I liked from my social media? And
Oh,
then
that's
was
so
just agreeing with
creepy.
everything. Isn't that so creepy? And it ended up not being true. They're actually still together and kind of adorable. But
Good.
if somebody all of a sudden is like, oh my God, I love the Red Sox, and you're like, we're in Las Vegas and I just happen to be born in Boston. Like, what is happening? You might have a picture on your Instagram of you in a Red Sox hat.
Yeah, probably with an X or something.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. Just, be aware that people are accessing information before they even get with you.
Yes. And you mentioned this one, introducing like explicit stuff too early. What do you mean by that?
Well, we hear this from women more, obviously, but for some reason, men think it's really hot to like send sexual stuff really early, not just dick pics. That's a problem anyway. But like
Yeah.
getting into the sex talk, getting all whatever. Women really don't love that right off the bat. They might pretend they do because
Yeah.
they want to hang out with you, but I don't know many women who like genuinely enjoy that right off the bat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to me, it's a little bit of a sneaky red flag because they're trying to get something. And I've counseled so many women who the relationship starts that way, and then they hook up, and then they have a great time hooking up, and then the next week they're like, "Why won't he return any of my texts?"
Oh my
Like, what
gosh.
did you guys actually talk about? And it's all we talked about was sex, but I in my head it was a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. All
Yeah.
we talked about was sex, and then we had sex, and then now they don't talk to me.
Yeah, not only that, I mean, there are people out there, all they're doing is hooking up every day that ends in Y with a different human,
Yep.
sometimes twice in a day. So what
Yeah.
you talk about actually matters.
Yep. Exactly. Okay, we're getting into some more women specific. Some of those were more women specific, but specifically women specific.
Yeah. And I would say most of these fall under the clingy realm as well.
Yeah, like stage five clinger.
Yep.
So perceived ownership, right? Like leaving stuff at their house.
Even accidentally.
Yeah. Oh no, I left my toothbrush there.
Oh, I left my earring in your couch. Weird.
I think my necklace fell off. I don't know why I think these are so funny.
Leave a change of clothes here because you just never know.
Oh my gosh, yes. I packed it back just in case. Oh, I left it.
The bag just in case, and I'm never leaving. You have laundry machine, right? Like you have a washer dryer? Yes.
Oh, you use coins? That's not gonna work. I have to go.
I know. The best laid plans.
Oh my gosh. Here's the thing. Janine and I can talk about men's red flags all day long, but we can get real specific with women ones too because we are women.
We have
I know.
seen this. We have tried to get our friends to not do these things.
One, I was telling Janine growing up with a twin brother, I've just seen some of these things and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you poor soul.
Oh, it's just hilarious.
Poor soul. Um, when women try to define their role.
This is the one. This is the one that takes Nat out, so I'll do my best. So Nat and I
Okay.
were talking, and I said something to the effect of like, um, a guy and a girl maybe run into his family somewhere totally by accident. And the girl's like, can't wait to summer with you at the lake house. Like just there's just this like Natalie's dying. There's like this perceived ownership over this thing. And the guy is like, Susie, we met last week, like clear jets. But women are very funny about this. They just really want to like define this that we're a we and our we is going to hang out with your we, right? This is
Yeah.
like a whole thing.
Well, and I keep losing it because this happened.
Nat literally has a tissue in her hand. It's amazing.
I keep crying. This happened to Preston before we started dating. And the way he talks about it is so funny. And this poor soul, like I'm sure she's sweet. But
Oh,
like, they started dating. This happens a lot in the Christian world too.
maybe especially in the Christian world.
Oh yeah. They started dating and right away she was like posting pictures of him
Oh no.
and like and we'll talk about this too. It's more cringy than red flag, but like the hand on the chest pictures
Oh yeah. That's
and
my man.
was like telling people like, yeah, we're only dating to see if we're gonna get married, like crazy stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, yes. So that happened. And then also, like I said, being a twin to a brother.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, some of these girls would come in and I'd meet them and they'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to meet you. And
we're
I'm
gonna
like,
be sisters.
yeah, sisters. Or like, let's do double dates. That's my favorite. I'm like, girl, I'm not gonna see you next week.
Oh my gosh. I do think that women especially try to endear themselves to the family.
Yes.
That's a thing. Like I wasn't doing that when I was dating Garrett. I wasn't like, "Oh, the family's going to fall in love with me." Like Garrett and I were in love and the rest of it's going to work itself out, but I
Yeah.
do think that a lot of times women like get in there with the family.
Yes. Well, it's because they want and I'll say if or when
Yes.
you get broken up with, the women want the family to be like, "Oh, you're so crazy for breaking up with them."
Yeah, we love her.
And then the son is like, "No, she was crazy."
Oh, totally. Or the moms don't see their sons. And then if you're all of a sudden like, we need to see your family, and then the mom sees their son more because you're in the picture.
Yeah, not good.
I've seen that before too.
Not good.
Hilarious.
I know. I already mentioned this, but like when girls post pictures right away,
Yeah, if you literally leave a date and you come back and there's already an Instagram post or a story with you in it, like
it's not good.
it's not
It's
great.
not good.
Not
Like
great.
run, get
Like you
out.
don't know this, but you're her boyfriend. You're official. That just happened. Just boop,
You are in a serious relationship at that point.
check.
100%.
She's letting the world know.
Oh, it's so
We
painful.
put on here when they intimidate your coworkers, like when they come in hot on the female
Oh,
coworkers. But I have to tell them myself though,
okay.
because I was at a Christmas party with Gare and his coworkers, and I knew some of them already, whatever. But we're at a bar, and this woman, I mean, she's a literal Viking. She's like 6 feet tall, blonde hair, and she's from I don't even know where. Okay, somewhere European and North. Okay, where the Vikings live. That's where she's from. So
Yes.
she comes over like twice a year, right? And she's coming over, and she put her hand on Gare, and she's like, "Oh, you must be his wife." And
Oh, heck
she's
no.
tipsy and whatever, and I'm like, "Oh no." I'm gonna chop her down like a tree. That's how this is gonna happen. I'm just gonna have to end her right here, right now. And Garrett's looking at her like, I don't know this woman. Like, I think he's worked with her on a couple projects and she came overseas for the Christmas party, which is also
Oh,
weird.
but here's the thing though. That's different if you're married. Like if someone went up to Preston and like did that and were married, I'm gonna be like, get your hand off my husband.
Well, what I said was, I tapped on one of her friend's shoulders who was standing with her, and I was like, she needs a handler. Like,
Eh,
get her out of here. And then she did. And the girl
sorry,
like, "Ah, blah, 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 blah," and, like walked away. And I so then now I call her Olga. That's not her name.
was she drinking? Was she super drunk?
Oh yeah. Yeah, she was
Oh,
tipsy, but still, that's no excuse.
no, no, but liquid courage.
But I called her Olga, and Garrett like almost spit out his drink. I was like, how's Olga? And I still, if I say it to him now, every once in a while, I'll be like, you've been talking to Olga? And I'll just die. Poor Gary,
That's
never
so
let him
funny.
live anything down, you know?
That's so funny.
I know.
I actually did. I didn't do that once. It wasn't a coworker, but I do remember I was dating this guy in college, and he was a little bit of a flirt. Like that was a red flag.
Hmm.
He was a little bit of a flirt, and some of these other girls liked him and whatever. And the Christian community is just sometimes weird with stuff like that too.
Hmm.
And so I remember he called me one time and he was like, yeah, I was hanging out with so and so, and we just went to the park and just talked and like sat like on the hood of my car. And I literally was like, well, that's a cute date.
You're like, wow.
Like, are you jealous? And I was like, no, I'm not jealous. That was a legitimate date.
Yeah.
Like, what
Like
are you
newsflash.
doing?
What are you doing?
Yes. So I don't know if that was me just being low key red flaggish and
No.
but I've done that. Um
Married, you can have an electric fence as far as I'm concerned. But I still think you don't check phones, you don't do that kind of stuff. But it's okay to check somebody. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Respect.
have a funny coworker one, but I'm not going to share it.
Mm-mm. It is weird though. And I was
It
there.
was weird. Yeah, you were there. It was a weird one.
It was a weird one.
This one isn't necessarily a red flag,
It's weird though. It's
but
cringe.
it's cringy. And I said it earlier. It's like when you're posing in a picture and the women are like, their hand is on their chest.
Or they're hanging on for dear life and the man's literally trying to strain out.
Yes,
Out of
yes. Like
the
the
crowd.
man's standing like straight and she's like leaning so far in.
Oh, yes. Isn't there like some kind of theory about that, that you're supposed to be leaning towards each other or there's some kind of a problem?
Probably.
I don't
But
know.
I don't know what it is about the hand on the chest thing. It's just very like, he's mine.
It's my man.
He's mine. Don't mess with him.
Yeah. Mine, mine, mine. You will catch these ants
Yes.
if you come near my man. Do
Y'all,
that
these
tonight. I'm
are so
taking
fun.
Gare out for his birthday. We're going to like a really nice steak dinner. And
Please take a
I'm gonna
picture.
take a picture and I'm gonna put my hand right on his chest. That's my man.
Please do. Please do. And we'll post it and
To tell the world.
we'll say sneaky red flags.
Yeah, don't come for my man, man. It's been 20 years. Do it. Do it at your own risk though. You know what I'm saying? You've
I'm
been
telling
warned.
you.
You've
We
been
went
warned.
to eat one time. And this isn't, I mean, it's not a red flag, but we went out to eat one time, Press and I, with my dad, actually. And we went to our favorite place, which is Tacos Tequila Whiskey.
Yeah.
And I didn't even see the group of girls, but there's like a group of other women. And we were all my dad, Press, and I were all sitting, and the server comes over and he like looks at me and then looks at Preston and he goes, I'm just gonna ask, are you guys married? And we're like, yeah. He goes, oh, okay, okay. And he was like, there's a woman over there who wants to buy him a drink, but wasn't sure if he was married or not. And I'm like, but I honestly was like, tell her to buy two. I'll take one.
Yeah, I'd love a drink.
Yeah, and I mean, if she's covering it, that's fine. She's more than welcome to buy him one and me.
Or buy him one, but it's what you want. They go back and they charge him for a cosmopolitan. Like, oh, she ordered her own
A,
thing.
s- a skinny margarita. They're like,
Hey,
he ordered a
margarita.
skinny margarita. No, his wife did on your behalf,
Can
on
you
your
imagine
car.
being that girl and he slides the drink over to his wife?
Oh, that's probably what would have happened if
Kind of
he
love that
accepted.
idea, actually.
Yeah, no, but it was hilarious. I was like, tell her to buy two. I'll take one.
We're full of tips and tricks today.
I know, it's great.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our sneaky relationship red flags. Nat and I are going to take a minute and recover after this episode.
Oh, for sure. Yes, you guys, if you see these things come up, just be mindful.
Be mindful. Some of them are like run like you're on fire. Some of them are like, just keep an eye on it.
Just keep an eye on it and make sure it doesn't continue.
That's right.
Mhm.
Well,
As always,
I was gonna say, thanks for listening. We just ended as always. Bye, bro.
okay,
If you can see how red we both are. Thanks for
I
joining
don't know
us.
why.
And
I don't
as
know why
always,
this was so funny.
I don't know. It's been hysterical all day. It's
I
been
know.
funny.
It's been so good. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you for listening.
As always,
Bye, forensic friends.
you're
Dare
dying.
us to keep that whole ending.
Oh, totally. I'm Jeannine.
And I'm Nat.
And as always, thanks for listening and join us next week for more crime, psychology, and heart.